guys, you're welcome back.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today on the
Hi guys, you're welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Mathilda Akatuba, and I'm here with a very special guest.
applause. The queen is in. The queen is
As the title suggests, today we'll be talking about all things relationships, and unfortunately, even though we're matching in pink, we're not exactly talking about the good side of love, you know. Maybe we'll save that for another video. But today we are talking about toxic relationships and just signs of being in a toxic relationship. And I have an expert here. Okay, no, that's not that. Maybe I shouldn't put it like that.
Yeah.
But you guys get the drift. Also, I wanted to put a disclaimer out there. If we may be laughing or joking around about something, we are not trying to say that this is a topic to, laugh about. We have just kind of had certain experiences, and maybe that's just the way we cope, by just like laughing or giggling about it. It's just like a coping mechanism. It's not anything.
If we don't laugh, we'll cry.
Exactly. So we guys laugh. And also, I don't want this video to be too heavy. I still want it to be light, and so we're just going to keep it cute and still, share some wisdom on this very important topic.
And share some wine.
Yeah, exactly. So cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. What do you think a toxic situation is?
I feel like Miss Malaika. Man. So let's say you're in a relationship with someone that there's no peace. I've been in it before, so I'm just saying how I felt when I was in a toxic situation. So to me, it's like there's no peace. You are so down. It's like there's a dark cloud around you. Even in situations where there are happy times, but it's like the dark times are overshadowing the happy times.
Yeah.
So it's it's still cloudy. So that's like a toxic situation for me.
We'll definitely get into the signs of a toxic relationship as the video progresses. But in a nutshell, we can basically say that a toxic relationship is something that threatens your well-being
and emotional well-being.
Even physical.
And physical.
And mental.
Everything. Yeah. Your whole.
So basically, your entire well-being is just being threatened in some way. So before I start, I also want to say that this is not, just because we're women, we're not exactly talking about men. I don't want this to be like a men-driven video. Everything we're going to say also relates to women, also relates to friendships, also relates to
a man. Like a man can be going through
exactly. It's an all-rounder. It's an all-round thing. You can be manipulated or be emotionally abused or be dealing with someone toxic in any aspect of your life. Even in your workplace. Yeah, exactly. Even your mom can be toxic. Yeah. So basically, just look out for this and just try to put it into your situation and just The first thing I would like to start with, or the first sign of a toxic relationship, is definitely being micromanaged or being controlled. I feel like it always starts really small. Like it never really starts like, take off that dress. Where do you think you're going at 2 a.m? Or it starts really small. They try to micromanage every single aspect of your life.
And when you start, it doesn't start like hot. It's subtle.
Very subtle. It's just it's creeping up on you.
If it gets to the 100% raise where he's like, oh, take off that dress. If when it's 1%, he'd be like, oh babe, why are you wearing this dress?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't meant to be looking
at you.
I feel like this video will be 2 hours.
Oh god! There's always a thin line, because it's also somebody may be looking out for you. But there's a huge but, especially when maybe this is who you have always been, and it's this person is coming to the relationship and is now trying to change your whole entire personality or being, or just who you are. It can be what you post on Instagram, what you post online. I don't
post on your Snap. When you post in
this, even if you post the quotes, what does it can be anything. It doesn't even need to be what you're wearing. It can literally be the littlest of things. Everything of yours is now being controlled, and then it's almost you're not good enough anymore.
And you can't even be yourself. You can't. The person, maybe let's say the person is your safe space. You don't even feel safe around the person because he's limiting every little thing.
And it's just so crazy, and that just makes you start to feel insecure.
Yeah,
and you should not be feeling insecure in your relationship.
No relationship.
And that's even another sign. They don't compliment you. it's very difficult for them to tell you that you look
They
good.
don't make you feel good
About yourself.
There was this day. Let me give you guys a story.
Tell us, baby.
So there was this day. I was in a relationship, right? Right now, I'm a single girl, self-love. So I was in a relationship with this guy, and we were going out. I think his family had this event, right? And girl, you know, I'm gonna meet the family. Like, I was ready to impress. I ordered a dress, and he was there when I was doing all that, and it was last minute, like it was the day before. I ordered a dress, I ordered heels, I even went to get jewelry, I went to get my hair curled, I went to
specked out,
and I made sure, you know, like a girl is cute. I'm a lover girl, and I looked at the attire he was wearing, and I picked the match. Oh my god! We woke up the next morning where we had to, you know, get ready. I dressed up and everything.
You crying?
This guy, no. This guy was just, even that day he wasn't even giving me time. He wasn't even.
That's another thing. They are not patient.
Hurry up! Why are you wasting time? No. See, he didn't see the effort. He didn't notice anything. He didn't even tell me, oh baby, you're looking nice, or oh, you're dressed, nothing. And the day before, when I was going through all that wahala, I fell. My leg entered a ditch. And when this guy came, he wasn't even being remorseful. So I was kind of limping. So when I got dressed and everything, we went to the venue. And where we got down was kind of like a distance from like where the event was happening. So like, you know, we had to walk. And this guy, as he seen his girlfriend limping, was walking in front of me. Oh, hurry up. Like my mood switched because like he was acting up the whole time. You see me limping, like literally limping behind you, struggling to walk. You haven't hold my hand and say, oh, let me help you, baby. Like,
sorry about your thing.
Nothing.
It's just, you see, they make themselves
nothing.
the most important thing.
Yes.
You're just worried about yourself.
Yes.
You can't even take out the time
and that's,
to just
that's
like,
another
see.
sign. Like he's all about himself. Very selfish people. They care about themselves.
Yeah.
Even how you look. They might not care about how you look, but they will care about what people will think about you
because you are connected to them. That is so true.
They'll be like, how can my girlfriend be wearing this? What do you think people will say?
And it's actually crazy. And you see, that's also a sign of a narcissist because then it's like all about themselves. You know, not really caring about how you would feel. More about just like also a public opinion and all of these things. Like this is somebody you're with, but the person clearly hates you.
Another sign of a toxic relationship is manipulation. Manipulation in everything.
Every aspect. Passive aggressiveness is a sign of manipulation. In the sense that the person is not telling you that they're upset, but everything about them shows that they're upset. And I mean, this goes deeper. Like all these signs, definitely some people have one or two, you know, things that they struggle with because we're all not perfect. You need to have at least 3, 4, 5 of all these signs that we're saying before I feel like you should conclude that somebody is toxic. You don't know where the anger is coming from. You don't know what you've done. And the person is just like coming bad mood. Okay, that's fine. You're asking what's going on, what's wrong with the person. It's nothing, whatever, I'm fine, this and that. Maybe in that moment you're going out with your girls or something and the person is just like, yeah, go out and have fun. Like, hope you, like, you know, that type of thing. And I'm sure this hits home because definitely this is something a lot of people can relate to. That is manipulation.
It's like you feel guilty, like, oh my god, I'm leaving him. Oh, is he okay? Like you even, at the end of the day, you don't even want to go out again.
Do you understand? And as you're outside, you're just worried about. That brings me to my next point. You can't even go out and have fun with your friends. Everything is about him. Whenever you're going somewhere, it's always, so what's the occasion? Why are you going there? What is happening? What is happening? Why do you have to be there?
Y'all,
another story time.
This story time. Oh Lord. Okay, so this story time, it somehow has to do with controlling and with like manipulation. It's like everything joined in one. So this person I was with traveled, and when he traveled, you know, it was December, like everyone's chilling, everyone's having fun, you know, like a girl wanted to go out. And this guy told me that, oh, your boyfriend is not in town, how can you go out? And other men would come and talk to me that, it's not nice for you to go out when your boyfriend is not around and
like, is that even logical? Does that even make sense? Let's be real.
Make it make sense. So because you are not in the country, I can't leave my house. Anyways, so as a lover girl I was Delulu. I said, okay, my boyfriend is not around. When he comes, we're gonna have fun. That is never before. Not during that. I was like, okay, so I'm not gonna go anywhere. So I actually didn't go out that whole December. I decided, okay, let me wait for my boyfriend to come. So, we can have fun together, have some me and you time. So he came back and I was in the house with him, and that day he was telling me that, he wants to go to the club with his boys. And I was like, yeah, I'm going. And he was like, oh, and then he eventually didn't go because I was going to follow him. Cool. So we stayed in bed. Wow. Next day I went home. That same evening I FaceTimed him and I saw that he was dressing up, and I was like, where is he going to? And I was like, he's going to the club with his boys. And I was like, but I'm coming. I'm gonna come. Because I haven't done anything. I haven't gone anywhere. And he's like, it's a boys thing. And I'm like, it's a boys thing, but you're going to the club. When you go, girls will come and sit on your table.
Exactly.
I'm a girl. I'm gonna come. And he was like, you call me back then. I texted this guy, he didn't reply. I called him, he wasn't picking up my call. It was 2 a.m. in the morning. 2 a.m. in the morning, I was in Dansoma. I picked the car and went to campus because my dresses and my makeup and everything was on campus. I said, I'm going to meet this boy in the club.
This girl's crazy. I love it though. Nah.
I picked the car from Dansoma to Legon. I went to dress up. Luckily that time, one of my friends was texting me. He was texting me. And I told him that, I wanted to go to the club. Like, you should come and drop me off. I didn't tell him that he should come with me. I told him, come and take me to the club because I needed a drop off. I needed someone to drop me off. I did my makeup, wore my sexy dress, and I went to the club. And I went to the club with one of my friends. He ended up going because I was going to the club, and he got a table and everything. But a girl ran away because her boyfriend was a psychopathic boyfriend. My boyfriend is going to see me on a guy's table, and that guy is capable of anything.
Yeah.
So I left them. I went downstairs. It was Ace. You guys know how Ace is built. Okay, some of you. Sorry. So I went downstairs. I went to the bathroom. I was scouting. I went to the lobby where the bathroom was, and I caught him. I saw him, but luckily he wasn't with any girl. He was actually with his boys, but there were still girls on the table. And this guy saw my snap. I took a snap that I was out, and he texted me.
After you had called him and he didn't pick your call.
Hey God! He texted me. That's such disrespect.
God.
I was like, hey, Jesus. And I replied that he shouldn't talk to me about disrespect. He didn't even have the courtesy to reply my text, answer my call, nothing. And
he expected you to sleep at home?
Yes, he expected me to sleep at home. He said such disrespect that he's told me not to go out, and I've come out. I went to get a drink from the bar. Because, as I said, my boyfriend, he has even caught me there at the club. I can't go to anybody's table. So I went to buy my own drink. So I went to it was inside the club, the bar inside, downstairs. Around the So I went to get a drink and I was angry, like I was shaking. My drink fell, and people around me were like, "Oh, am I okay?" The bartender got me another drink, and I was about to get a car home because I was so pissed off. And one of my friends saw me, and she was like, "Oh, I should come and spend time with him. I shouldn't leave now." I was like, okay, I've left my house at 2 a.m. in the morning. I'm not gonna waste my time and my makeup and my dress. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay and have fun. So we went to her table, and it was a girl's table, like boys weren't around there. So I felt comfortable. My boyfriend was sitting, like his table was literally opposite.
This is a movie.
Literally. I've not even told you guys the worst part. So I was sitting there, my girl was having fun, I was chilling, grinding on the girls, having a time of my life. And this guy I noticed he was watching me. And this guy texted me that it's over, he's done. And I was like, LOL. He came to stand next to where our table was, and at that time it was like 5 a.m. in the morning.
Just wanted a reaction from me. That's so
Just wanted a reaction.
I hope you guys are picking the top
5
points from
a.m.,
this
6 a.m. in the morning. He came to stand by my
Because if you said it's over, just let it go.
So he came to stand next to the table watching me. That's when a girl started shaking yash in his face. That's crazy. And he started walking away. And I followed him. I was pulling his shirt. This guy hit my hand in the club. Like all my friends were there. He's like, leave me alone, don't touch me. I was like, hey, what's happening? I don't know what's going on. And I was like, oh, they shouldn't worry. I followed him, I held his shirt. You guys, I'm toxic to partly, like very a little.
No, but then I feel like once you are with a toxic person, you yourself also become toxic.
Because you're also, right?
Yes. Like you're battling with yourself and you're battling with everything that's going on.
Yes.
And so it gets to a point where you also want to give out that same energy.
Exactly.
So I don't think you're toxic. I just think you're in a toxic situation.
And I was displaying I was responding to his toxicity with toxic. Yeah. With toxicness.
Yeah. So, it's crazy.
I was pulling his shirt. We walked to the car. I followed him in my heels. I was struggling, but I was chasing after him. He went to sit in the car. He was trying to close the door on me, and I was like, and I stood in between where he was sitting and the door. And I was like, what's his problem? Why is he mad that he didn't see me grinding any guy? I wasn't grinding any guy. I was dancing with my girl, so you all should understand. He didn't see me grinding any guy.
He's just upset that you went against what he wanted, and that's toxic. That's controlling.
And he was like, I should fuck off. I should fuck off. I shouldn't touch him. Then he was trying to close the door, and the car door came off. And this guy started punching the steering wheel. First of all, you shouldn't get mad like that. Like what did I do? What did I do? The best response you could have done was, you've seen me at the club, walk to me, hold my hand, come and talk to me. Like, oh babe, why are you here? Or, try and communicate. Don't come and give me a stupid temper out of nowhere. Like, I swear on my mother, I'm done with you. His friends had to come like, oh, what's going on? And a girl started crying, like, crying. And he's like, what's a girl doing at the club? And do I know the type of girls that go to the club? We went to the house and he was still, we went to the room and I was trying to talk to him. I was standing at the door. This guy came to pull me, threw me on the bed. And later, I went to sleep because I was like, I'm not even going to bother myself and tried to talk to him. And later he came to lie by me and was like, why am I doing that to him?
I'm sorry, but bro.
And do I know the type of girls that go to the club that
I don't even understand that mentality.
Bro, that I shouldn't be going to the club. And I told him that if you don't want me to go to the club, I don't want you to go to the club too. And you know what he always used to tell me? Even in that conversation, he told me, I'm a man and you're a woman. That a woman is not supposed to be at the club. And do I know the type of girls that go to the club? And I was just like, I love this guy. Like, I was so blinded. Like, that relationship, like, so many crazy things happened. Like, but I was so blinded.
But that's the thing.
And every time I want to leave,
it's so hard.
Like, I struggle. And the funny thing, I'm a communicator to an extent. He kind of limited my communication because every time I communicate with him, he doesn't give me the response I want.
And that's also another tactic.
Yeah, he's always being negative. Like, always taking it like something.
And it becomes such a huge fight and an argument. And they would always bring it back.
You are so distant. Like, you are keeping everything in. Yeah. Like, you can't even be open and tell him like how.
And that brings us to the next point, because now you are walking on eggshells. Because you don't want it to be a fight. You always make a mistake. You don't know what will piss him off because of like everything he's doing, all the passive aggressiveness. You don't even know what you're going to do next that he's going to have a problem with. And that's not a way to live. Honestly, like, I've been in it and it's so difficult. Like, honestly, it is so damn hard to leave that situation or whatever it is. It's so hard because you have so much love for this person and then they just in turn just shower you with so much
negativity, so much judgment.
And that also stifles your life, really. You don't realize it, but you're not progressing, you're not moving. You may make all these small wins, but you could literally be in a much better place. But because you're so, like, the relationship is keeping you stagnant.
Exactly.
And
you're not able to progress.
Yeah, exactly.
As you should.
True. Because everything is a problem. Everything. Because I remember, there was a guy I was with at the time, at a point in my life. And I've always wanted to pursue music and just be like into the music industry and all these things, and he used to tell me things like, he used to say, oh, I don't really want to be with somebody who's famous and all of these things. So you can imagine what that does to a person.
Yeah, that guy too used to do that. My toxic partner, that he doesn't want a girl who's out there.
And that's literally who you are. Ella is bubbly, she likes going to the club, she likes partying, she likes to have fun. And so he's trying to make you into the person he wants you to be.
Right.
And that's exactly what
he's not accepting
you
the person you are.
Exactly.
He's trying to change you, like shape you into something like you don't even want to be.
Exactly. Because my whole personality, I mean, I've always wanted to be like out there. I've always wanted to just do all these things without judgment. You want someone you're with to not judge you. It's just so refreshing to like be able to speak to someone and you know they're not judging you, or you know that they're not going to see you in a certain light, or they're not going to just like have this persona in their head about you. And it's painful because it's very easy for them to shape-shift you because of the love you feel for them. It's like, oh, this person that loves me, I don't want him to think I am like this. Yeah. I don't want him to think I am like that. I don't want him to.
I'm stubborn. I feel like that's what even helped me. See, it helped me, but I was in this relationship for like almost 2 years. Yeah. So imagine if I was.
Yeah.
And he always used to tell me that as a woman, you're supposed to be submissive.
Once you start to feel like you can no longer be your true self in a relationship,
then you know it's toxic.
You know it's toxic. That's like one of the
it puts you in a shell. Mm-hmm. Like you can't even express yourself. Mm-hmm. At that point, when they do that, you start to feel lonely. And because it happened to me, you're in a relationship but you feel lonely.
Exactly.
Like you can't even be open with the person you're with. You can't be, and it
it
affects your relationship with other people.
Yes. I feel like it kind of affected our friendship in a way. Like, I don't know, I mean, let's not get into it. But guys, we kind of had like a rift. Guys, I even have a video.
There's a breakup story.
There's a breakup story on my channel. Yeah, so this is basically beauty. And honestly, we were both in like pretty toxic relationships at the time, and I just feel like it affected it, and it kind of like, I don't know, I just feel like it affected it. My next point is you feel like you are the problem. You feel like the outcome of the relationship basically dwells on you. Yeah. Like if the relationship ends, you are at fault. Yeah. You are the reason why everything bad is going on. You are the reason why you are having this fight, and half the time you're not even the problem. You're not the one who started anything. You know. So like you just feel this immense guilt about literally nothing. When you come out of it and your eyes are finally clear, you're gonna be like, so what exactly was I feeling guilty for? It leads to so many things. It's very harmful. You can be suicidal, you can be depressed, and you are also not really talking to your friends about it, because another thing is you don't want your friends to also judge this person.
Because your friends will
be
like, oh,
leave him. You know, why you with him?
Bring your phone, let me call him.
Exactly. You don't want your friends to also do that, because you're also like, this is my person. And aside that, you are afraid that you're also going to get in trouble for letting your friends know what's going on in the relationship.
Yes,
it's crazy.
Because be like, why are you telling your
them
friends about
our problems?
That are we in a relationship with them? Oh my god!
And I honestly don't think it's too bad. You don't need to tell all your friends your relationship problems, but there should be someone you can talk to. Yeah. Just to clear your head, like.
Because sometimes you want to know if you are in the wrong or he's in the wrong. Because sometimes you need another person's point of view. Because in a situation where maybe you both are acting out, but you don't know like where the problem is from, you can, if you have a friend you confide in, you ask.
You talk to them about
hopefully the person is genuine and won't always take your side.
Exactly.
And she'll tell you that, okay, I think he's the problem, or if she told you that, oh yeah, the problem, like just, you know.
And I even think just to vent, because it's not good to bottle things up. Sometimes things may be just heated, and you just want someone to go to and just like offload and just like they don't even need to tell you anything per se, just like to let them know that I'm stressed right now, this is what I'm going through. So for them to for someone you're with to not want that, and I mean I can see a side of it, but looking at the situation we're talking about, it's very different, because they really don't want people to know that you're in an abusive situation. They don't want to be caught in their
They don't want people to know how they really are.
Exactly. Because let me tell you this thing about people who are abusive, right? they are very great at other things. As in, if it's someone you're in a relationship with, they are amazing friends. People love to spend time with them. They are very charismatic. They are outgoing. They know how they know how to like be among people and just like say things that people would appreciate and love.
Yeah.
But when it comes to being your partner, it's the worst thing ever. So that's how you're even lured into it easy. Because when you meet, the talking stage, love bombing, everything is rosy. You know, it's out of this world. It's so amazing. Like you can't even believe it.
The talking stage is the most deceiving stage, and the mistake I made was you guys don't rush into a relationship because I rushed because we were literally talking for just 1 month.
I told you, girl. Listen, I'm not doing that in this video. We're victims. As a friend, I told you, but
beware of the love bombing because. Man, I used to be getting S's like every night, man. The butterflies were flying every evening. A girl was on cloud 9. And you know the funny thing, I wasn't communicating with anyone at that time. That was the time I was going through, you know. And I feel like it was because of what I was going through. That's why I ended up so quick. Like I was like, oh, I've gotten someone who's there for me.
Yeah.
Like we can talk. But I didn't really get to know him for who he really was. Because 5 months, 6 months, I was like, man, who the fuck am I dating? Like, who's this?
Who's this?
And I realized, like, if I had taken my time to know who he really was, I wouldn't have ended up in a relationship with him. Even when we were dating, I always used to tell myself that this boy I'm dating, I can't marry him.
Yeah.
Like, I know dead ass that in 10 years' time, I'm not going to marry him. If he proposes to me now, nails down, I will say no. It may be something will enter my eyes.
And thankfully, maybe you have that willpower, but not many people would have that.
Exactly.
People will just be blinded by, okay, I love this person. We will get through it.
Because I was even blinded my whole time in the relationship. Before I left, like the whole time I was blinded. And you know the funny thing, you fight with yourself. Sometimes you want to leave. I always used to tell myself that, oh, he needs me. Oh, I'm helping him change.
He's going through a lot right now.
I need to be there for him.
Please don't be anybody's plan.
Please think about yourself.
Honestly.
Be a selfish man but don't be bad selfish.
Yeah, be good selfish.
Be good selfish.
Because sometimes it's okay to be selfish.
If you know the situation is affecting you, just
leave.
Pick yourself, honey, and leave.
Even as I'm saying just leave, cry, I feel like I'm even lying to myself because it's not easy to just.
It's not easy. Yeah, it's really not. Like I had to fight.
You be battling with yourself internally.
Even when I see
and all your friends can say
and they try coming back.
Yes, and that's the thing. That's another sign. Once you see that your relationship is just like a today you're together, tomorrow you're not together.
1 week you're not talking. We didn't talk in like 2 weeks or 1 week. No communication
for 2 weeks. No, that's crazy.
You don't know.
So another sign is going through your phone. Now let me just say this is very personal to me. Yeah, it is not normal for anybody to go through your phone.
Just like, your phone.
Like I mean, like
he wants to take privacy.
He wants to take control of every little thing. I remember when I had a conversation with like this person that I was with. I didn't like the fact that he was going through my phone and all of that. And you wouldn't believe what he told me. He told me other people have the ways, so I should.
Suck it up, girl.
Actually, like this is literally nothing. And
suck it up, girl. This is the bare minimum.
This is the bare minimum, basically. And I actually bought that. Like, you know, they start to build this thing of I don't trust you, and so that's why I'm going through your phone. I need to know what you're up to. And I even want to say this, like, don't forget what you're going to say. The person didn't trust me to the extent that even the time I wake up started to become a problem. Like you waking up,
mental,
like that. Do you know how sick that is? Like, and I feel like even till date, when I'm sleeping for too long, I feel bad.
Yeah,
like
and all
PTSD.
PTSD is
like
crazy.
I feel like something is happening when I'm sleeping for too long. And the excuse was I'm sleeping for long, meaning I went somewhere, you know, the previous night, or I wasn't in my room, or I wasn't at home, or I was up to something, and that's why I'm sleeping. I'm not allowed to sleep in again. Jesus.
See, sometime I went out. It was Terry's listening party, and I went home. You know, I went to sleep. This guy was blowing up my phone. I don't know where he thinks I went to. Over like 15 minutes calls. So I finally picked up, and he was like, "Where am I?" I was like, "I'm in my house."
Yeah, that's the first thing.
He was like, "Come outside." This guy drove to my house.
And I'm sure he didn't even apologize for thinking you out.
They make you feel guilty. Do you know what he was telling me when I went outside? That why am I doing this to him? That do I know how weird he's been? And I'm like, what are you doing in my house? Like, why? Does he think? And you know the funny thing, he wasn't parked. See, this guy was a psycho, Lord. He wasn't parked directly in front of my house, so he went to hide somewhere. Cause I think, let me tell you what I think. I think he thought I was gonna come from somewhere and tell him that, oh, I just left my house. Cause when I went outside, I didn't see him, and I called him, and he came from some corner. I was like, oh my god. And you know, oh Ella, I was the Lulu. So you know, a part of me was excited, like, oh my god.
Like he wants to see me so bad.
Like, oh my god, am I making you crazy? Yeah. And he's always guilt tripping. Like, you've come to my house in the middle of the night. It was literally like 4 a.m. My brother's house too. And he literally lives like an hour away from me.
That's crazy. Yeah.
In the middle of the night, you've come to check if I'm in my house.
In your bed.
In
Like,
my bed.
That's
after I've told you that, oh, I'm home, I'm coming to sleep, you don't trust me to that extent. And it was showing every single time. This guy, they'll go through your phone thing. He went through my phone. There was this guy texting me at the time. You know, at that time, bro, a girl was going through it emotionally, and people could actually tell. There was this guy who was always checking up on me, and I think we stopped talking for some time, and he texted me that, oh, he misses me. And I was like, oh, I miss him too. This guy saw the text. Bro, he was going crazy, oh, Mathilda. Now, why is this guy telling you he misses you? And what have you been doing? Nah. And I've been telling him to send me money. And they are always assuming See, this my boyfriend at the time called him. He called him, oh. He called the guy.
To say what? With his voice?
To ask him why is the guy texting me? Oh my god, Mathilda, you can imagine. Like, see, I was crying, and during that relationship, I was so emotional. I was always crying. Like, I was crying, I was crying that I beg him, I'm not lying. Like
and can you imagine how
me?
That's such a mind fuck. Like, that's crazy.
He's like, you're lying, and he always brings. And one thing they do is they always bring back past things.
Yeah,
past things you've done to make you feel more like, oh my god,
I can't believe I did this to you. And why?
Like, and that guy you were talking to the last time, and this.
What does that have to do about? What does that have to do with?
And it has nothing to do in the situation. They are just using it to slap you in the face.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy. I remember I was also in this situation where, at this point, like, me and this person were not even like in a relationship. But you see, it's that back and forth. It's that like break, right? And the person was like, he doesn't want to be seen out in public with me because he found out that, you know, I had a thing with somebody when me and him were not even together. Like, he doesn't want to be seen. Yeah, he said he doesn't want to be seen in public with me, so he only come and visit me in my room, and I would only go and visit him in his room. We would never, even walking with me on the streets of like, he wouldn't do it. And then when I used to ask, oh, can we do this? Then his response was, you know that I'm not really comfortable being seen with you in public.
But you want to see me in private and enter my.
You know, you guys watch my channel and you see me and you're like, oh, you're so confident. It took so much,
man.
It has taken a lot, and I'm just happy because it's like, okay, now I can even come and talk about like my experience and things like that.
We're just doing it to educate.
Exactly.
People have been going through worse than us.
Exactly.
Getting punches on their face and things. Girl, run.
You realize that when people are like treating you good,
it triggers something.
Yeah, even people who are genuinely being nice
to you maybe if they give this response or they do something that like it just triggers something in you. Like it always used to happen to me every time, and it gets me so shelled up. Like, and because of like the PTSD, the communication thing, I'm always like in a shell. Like, I can't voice out, and it's still a problem.
Yeah,
like I can't voice out like what I'm going through. So if I'm in a relationship with someone, let's say friendship or situationship, or you know, like if they do something that hits me, I just act out. But I can't, like, I have to struggle. because you know when you say it helps. It helps.
Free.
Yes, and maybe the person doesn't actually know what he or she is doing wrong. So you have to voice it out so the person can maybe work on it or maybe not say that again or something. Yeah, so the last point I'm gonna say is crazy obsession. So the relationship I was in, there was this day we had a fight. And this guy, I told him to take me home. This guy drove me to his house, locked me in his room, held my face, and told me that I am his and I am not going anywhere. Yeah, I'm not even explaining. I'm not saying the story well, but I told that day I was shaking. Bro, I'll tell him that I'm done with him and he will laugh. That where do I think I'm going to? I'm his. Hey, hold on. I'm scared.
Yes, those girls, please.
Mathilda, that day. And that day I was so freaked out. And now, see, I was so delusional, yeah. I knew it was wrong. But I was like, oh my god. And funny thing, I was telling him that I'm done with him. See, I was crying, shaking. This guy was just manhandling me. That I'm not going anywhere. I'm his. He took my phone because I was trying to order an Uber. He had my phone the whole night. I didn't have any phone, nothing. Locked me in the room. If he's going out, you lock it. So if you see those signs, like a man cannot, like crazy obsession, he's saying that you're crying, like you're terrified, and he's telling you, laughing in your face that you're his. Like when you see signs like that, girl,
just run. Please pack your bags. It's not going to be easy to leave. For me, it was just my friends really. I feel like it was just my friends that really helped. So it was getting really intense, and I also feel like I was also like researching on certain things because I was like, nah, this is not okay. This is not normal. There was a build-up. I mean, I started researching probably 2 years into this relationship. Do you understand? And it took me almost another 2 years to get out of it. You get what I mean? So it's not a walk in the park. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Just know that people are out here also going through the same thing, and it's not the end of the world. I mean, look at us. We are flourishing. We're glowing. We have found people who love us genuinely and who care about us.
Even though sometimes, of course, you remember like the good times.
Yeah.
It happens because you love the person.
Yeah.
So it's not easy for you to forget every single thing. No. Because there were days, I'm struggling. I'm like, oh, let me text this guy. But I'm taking everything.
You need to cut off all time. You need to, if you have to block. When you say you're leaving, don't create any room for
room. I went through our Snapchats and our Instagram. I deleted every single text.
Yeah.
Every single text, every single picture, because I know myself, and I'm gonna go back and just be like, reading. It was like, as if he was talking to himself at a point. If you guys need someone to talk to, find someone to talk to. Because
text me if you want to. Text Ella. We'll put our Instagram DMs.
Yeah, and our TikToks.
And our TikToks and our Snapchats.
Yeah.
On the screen and in the description box.
And just know, when the tears are more than the smiles, leave. Yeah. When the fights are more than the happy times, leave.
Yeah.
You don't have to love someone
to the death of you.
Till the death of you.
Yeah.
Because I loved my boyfriend before I left him. When I left him, I loved him. Like I was in tears. But I knew that if I keep living with him, being in a relationship with him, I don't know where I'm going. See, I don't know where I'm gonna go. I tell you, it's leaving toxic men. Relationship.
Cheers to that. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been amazing just sharing all this with you. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.